particular group that a lot of people seem to have taken in on. That's Sisterhood Africa. Join me as I welcome Prophetess Nonnie Robertson.
Thank you so much.
Nice to have you on the set. You look very beautiful.
Same, you too. You do.
And I'm wondering, with all that you do, how do you have time to take care of yourself?
We make time for what is important to us. And taking care of ourselves, if we don't take care of ourselves, you can never take care of anybody.
Sisterhood Africa is a household name, and I'm wondering, how did you, conceptualize that?
I would love to take the glory. Being an entrepreneur, I understand strategy and all that. But Sisterhood Africa is something I just stumbled into. So there was no preconceptual, there was no plan. Actually, it started virtually. I didn't understand what God was, wanting to do. It started by, there was a female group that dealt with issues of the women, but they were not allowed to talk about God. And I found that appalling because, God should be the center of everything. And I didn't find it, I was disturbed. And the Holy Spirit asked me, what are you going to do about it? So I said, okay, I'll set up a group where we can discuss all the issues that women talk about and then bring God and bring Christ in the center. And it went viral.
Beyond that, what does Sisterhood Africa represent?
In Sisterhood Africa, now we also have the Sisterhood Global, because now we started having other women from different continents saying they wanted to be part of it. And Sisterhood Africa was peculiar to the African woman. The issues concerning the African woman is different from any other place. Having lived in the United States for over two decades, I'm married to one. Our issues are different. When I counsel an American woman versus counseling an African woman, then counseling a Nigerian woman, there are different dimensions. So you have to be able to understand culture and religion plays a lot of role in our society. So when you start counseling a woman, removing culture, removing religion, you're setting her up for failure. When we start talking about feminism, all religion talks about submission.
Yes.
So I tell a woman, if you can't submit, then marry. As long as you want to marry and stay married, learn to submit. And during dating, look at him if he can lead you, because he's going to be your head. Once you get married, a man is the head. There is no two ways about it. So during courtship, you look at this man. Can he lead me? Mm-hmm. Can I submit to him? If you can't, then don't marry, because it's not going to change. Then if it's somebody that has what you look for, just know that if you want peace to reign in your home and if you want to stay married, you must submit. So when it comes to the Western world, it's 50-50. So the kind of things that will counsel an African woman is different from how I will counsel people from other continents. Yes. And Niger own is even very special. So that's what it's all about.
Somebody was talking to a little girl. He said, when you need to take a partner, whether it be a man or a woman, you should always ask questions. Ask him if he can pay for his funeral. Ask him if he has a good relationship with soap and water. And I think this question should be asked, and you're doing good, doing a lot of counseling, because a lot of young people are reaching out to you. But somebody specifically, sent in a question when I said that I was going to be having a chat with you, and I want to ask her questions for her, at the moment. She said that she looks up to you, just like a lot of people look up to very strong, independent women. But then she's wondering, how can she establish that independence on her own?
Actually, those are one of the things I'm going to roll out in the next quarter, a mentorship program, because the women are looking for a one-on-one mentoring with them. The number one thing is being able to find purpose, because I tell every woman, find purpose. Even before you get married, before you get it, just understand what it is that you're called to do. when you can't define yourself, when you can't define your purpose, somebody else will define you. So when you understand your purpose, understand what it is that makes you tick, and you pursue your passion. Passion, there's nothing, I look at you, I see the passion in which you're doing what you're doing. And without passion, you can't succeed. And one of the things in this part of the world is people get into things, oh, this person is doing it, they're successful, oh, there's money in that, let me do it. So they don't even check, am I called for it? Am I built for it? And you see them one day it's restaurant, the next day, oh, people are making money sewing clothes, the next day it's makeup and all that. God created all his children with a gift. What's in your hand? What is that thing? And once you have passion, I tell them passion is that thing that keeps you awake when your eyes want to sleep. When I was starting, I could stay up 20 hours, 23 hours. The passion drives you. It's not even the money, but also one of the things that I find wrong, that we get money driven. When you get money driven, you will never be able to achieve it. There's something that comes with self-actualization and fulfillment. When you found that thing and when you're doing it, it's no longer about money. So if we can be patient a little bit, understand what it is, and there is no gain without pain. Yes. So we must be ready to fall, to get up, to fall, to get up, and to make use of the pain. If you're going to be successful, there will be pain that comes along the journey.
Definitely. You don't need to tell me that. I go to the gym. I don't go with the gym. I'm trying.
So that's part of, so if you want to be able to be independent, just understand that whatever it is that you want to do, it's not going to be easy.
Talking about that, I get a wind that it hasn't been, a soft ride for you all through. Once in a while, I'm sure you stumbled on thorns as you picked your roses. What are those thorns you picked on the road, and how were you able to wangle your way through the obstacles?
When we started Sisterhood Africa, it was first started as a Facebook group. It grew to 3.5 million under 6 months. Facebook shut it down. So when it was shut down, then I had to.
Why? Because
they didn't say. They didn't. I heard they were saying, "Who is this woman that has this much influence on women all over the place?" We were the fastest, or we were the largest community group they had. They had to investigate to find out who is she, what is she telling them, why are they following her? But I could have shut down. I could have said, "Oh no." But that made me to reinvent myself. We now have a Sisterhood Global platform. We now have our own social media platform, the first ever faith-based all-female social media platform in the world. So this made us to start it, and then we went back again and restarted the Facebook group. Now Facebook is now calling me, trying to find things they can do with me. There are so many things that to come back.
And you're telling them I'm the beautiful bride.
No, but the ones I want to do with them, I do. The ones I don't want to do with them, I don't.
What you've done and you're still doing, I can, quite strongly say that you have a whole lot. I try to look at your communication and feedback, a lot of chats going on. I'm wondering, what do you think is the greatest challenge for the woman? Remember, it's not just the woman global, like you said, the Nigerian woman. Let's take it from there. What is our greatest challenge, from getting up and getting going?
Society, I would say. I'm going to go from home and then go abroad. Society from Nigeria, most women, marriage.
Marriage?
Yes, marriage. You see them once they're 27, 25, 28, they stop living. They're looking for a husband. And they've lost purpose. So anything else, they don't even want to do any. The most important thing in their life is, I want to get married. And then when they get married, no matter how abusive the relationship is, they want to stay there. So I still find it that is the self-actualization. You know, the woman still has not quite found her voice. She still has not quite found her role in what it is that where she fits in the society. I'm going to go through religion aspect. When a woman, through no fault of hers, is divorced, she's not allowed to minister. She's not accepted, you know, to minister. When a young woman has a calling and she's still single, she's in trouble. If she's pretty, the mommy G.O. does not want her around her husband. And then if she's close to the husband, he wants to sleep with her. I mean, I'm just talking about, I'm just being as real as it is. So, and I found out that most of my colleagues, women in clergy, only want one queen in the castle. They don't like bringing up the younger ones. So who's going to mentor this lady? Who's going to tell her you have a calling? Who's going to tell her you can do it? Who's going to tell her God is in you? Who's going to watch her fall, stumble, and pick her right up? You know, so that's one of the problem we have. We don't have mentors. Women, it's their young. Like I said, only one woman in a castle is difficult, you know, and that's one of the things I'm doing through sisterhood. The single women are looked down upon. You know, those are the ones that they have placed labels on. And many of them, I will tell them, the difference between the single woman and the one without a child, she kept her child, you aborted yours. So let's be real.
Before we leave here, I know you were with the Revival Assembly at the
yes,
time.
Yes.
Pastor Madubuko.
Yes, I was.
Okay, and you were with him like 6 years?
Yes, 7 years, yes.
7 years, okay.
I was the resident pastor here in Abuja.
I was having a conversation about apprenticeship and tutelage, and I said this actually fits in, but why did you have to leave to form the new wine?
Number one, when God says, eye has not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered the heart of man what I'm about to do. If I had stayed pastoring, I would not have impacted millions as I'm impacting now. So when God told me the time was up, I knew the time was up. I didn't know what he had in stock for me. Like I told you, it wasn't planned. It wasn't preconceived. You know, but now I understand.
Why?
Yeah, why. But I also am grateful that I had to go through the 7 years of pastoring, because pastoring is shepherding.
Okay, she's not just a mentor, she's not just a clergy, she's not just there trying to grab all women and give them a focus in life. She's also, very importantly, a woman with a family woman, and it's important. Let's see that part. We'll be right back.
Don't think in gender boxes at all. I just get on with it.
A man that would dare to ask the wife, who do you think you are? That is a real man.
Coming here, you know, I didn't know. See, it's your house, and no one ushering you in. It's always a pleasure. Wherever I go to, I try to make myself comfortable. So I might as well do the same here. It's a lovely place.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I told my guests, the viewers, that I was going to take time to look at you on the other side. I know you're a wife and a mother of 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know that 2 of them are with you in Nigeria, 2 with their father.
Yes.
How did you get this division?
The two, my eldest son is 24 and my daughter is 22. So we lived in America. When we decided to come back, they all came back with me. The teenagers, they were in their teenage life, and they said that they wanted to go back. So they went back, and I couldn't afford to allow them to go with the babies, though they're 9 years old now. So I stayed with 2 up here, and they're also in college. So it makes me to run up and down. Yes.
You're free, actually, even though it's a lot of job, because I know when your kids are that age, it's an imperishable age, so you really need to do a lot.
You have to be there. You have to, that's also actually their last phase with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it makes me hustle up and down.
Okay, now I'm wondering, with your busy schedule, you're a businesswoman, you're a preacher, you're a mentor, you're online like almost 24 hours. I wonder how you get that energy. How do you juggle it? Because you're intact in all that you do.
Well, I give God the glory for being able to do that. I think number one, I have to prioritize, and then I have a special time with God all the time. I never take away that from my schedule. It will amaze you. My schedule starts off with a quiet time. I must be still 2-3 hours. I'm not driven by things. I try to be in control as much as I can.
You're not like, okay, I must do this, I must.
No.
That's
No.
good.
No.
That's good.
No. I have an interesting view on life. I don't have night, I don't have day. I do what I have to do when I have to do it, and then I'll tell my body it's time to sleep or it's time to wake. So I break rules. So I am not caged by anything. So if I have to work all night, I work all night. If I have to sleep in the morning, I sleep in the morning. So I don't have a rigid. I follow life freely. One of the things I've trained myself to do is to be non-reactional and not to be driven by emotions. I've seen a lot of women tear down their homes, tear down relationships, tear down children because of their they react to everything. So by being non-reactional gives me time to think and process, and then I'm able to try to come up. But honestly, it's a challenge. Being a mother, and my daughter is my replica. I have a stubborn streak, and then I just see that in her, and then they would say, "But mom, you did this. But mom,
The worst thing that happened to you if somebody from your donkey years comes back to tell them your story.
Yes.
They will always use it against you.
My son wanted to plait his hair, and I didn't want to, and then my husband came and brought out a picture of when I was a teenager. It was punk. Then my two sides of the hair were scraped, and the hair was red.
Oh my God.
And then he says,
oh my God.
I said that was there, and they told me this is now. So it's just seeing yourself in your children, but now knowing that you have to allow them make their mistakes while you watch and guard, and knowing they will still turn out okay.
Ordinarily, would you say that the men are supportive enough of us in all our endeavors, judging from your background?
My background is different because I'm married to an American, different culture. So he allowed me to fly. But one of the things I've seen, I tell women, because this is the first time we're having women deal with what our mothers didn't deal with. And if you ask me what is that, our mothers were not the typical mothers, not some, not all, but some of them. Most of them were not the breadwinners. The daddies were the breadwinners. The daddies paid the rents, paid the school fees and all that. The moms took care of the home. Whatever enterprise they were involved in basically was not for the home. But we are now in a generation where the woman is forced to be the head of the household. She's the one making all the money, she's the one paying the rent, paying the school fees, and then she still has to cook. So most women are finding it difficult. How do I balance career and marriage? He's home all day, he didn't go to work. I'm the one that went to work. While at work, he called me and said, buy fresh fish and cook pepper soup for me when I come back. So resentment sets in. And they didn't see their mother take this role. And the men is also difficult for them because they didn't see their father washing dishes. They didn't see their father helping out with the chores. They saw their daddy being served. But now you want a 21st century woman to serve you who is working, paying for the rent. So there is a balance that still has to be stricken.
A lot of times our women, when we begin to become breadwinners, we begin to want to lose our roles as housekeepers, because a lot of times people ask me, what is your career? I tell them I have several callings. The first of them is domestic engineer, and I have had to interpret that in different platforms. I tell them as a domestic engineer, I'm a housewife, I'm the repair man for a lot of things, I'm the emotion bank, I'm a whole lot of things, I'm a cook. But when we begin to earn money, we run away from the kitchen. is that since the man is not working, is it right if the man goes to the kitchen?
If the man is, one of the things I try to tell women, there is really no strict rule for this thing called marriage. Each individual or each entity or each marital entity is different. What works for A might not work for B. For instance, my brother-in-law loves to cook. That doesn't mean you have to now, oh, you've not cooked breakfast. No. But women, we should understand our role, like you call it the domestic engineer. Our role is to make sure the kitchen is functional, the home is functional. The fact that your husband decides to cook is an addition, There needs to be an understanding and communication, whereby the woman is now working 6 to 6 and the man is not working. A loving and caring man will try to make things easier for the woman, so there is no resentment. I had a lot of women that have walked out of their homes and all that because of these things. They feel they work all the time and the man is at home and still and then I have some of them that are home, they won't want to cook, they won't want anything, they want the woman to still come back in. But it's a man, when a man is like that, it's a man that is losing his self-esteem. I still tell them, it's your job, find something is missing somewhere, So for him to want to tell you, I'm the man. When a man tells you I'm the man, then he's no longer a man. Because when you look at the physique of a man, you should know a man is a man. So what have you done to beat down his psyche? So whatever it is that you've done to build down his psyche, build it up. Once you build it up, he won't tell you I'm the man.
Okay. Now, Sisterhood Africa, can a man join?
It's not supposed to be for men, but the women are sneaking in their husbands and their sons. So when we find them, we try to take them out. And then some men will join and be screaming. They said, after all, you are our mothers, after all, you are our wives, So that's the interesting thing. That's what we are working on it. We're trying to figure out what to do with the men, because we get these women right. And women, we have a lot of resources. Mm-hmm. But who's talking to the men?
Okay, so we're going to do Brotherhood Africa. Apart from work, talking, mentoring, and doing all that, what do you do when you want to relax? I know you have your quiet moment, that's what you do. What other things? Somebody told me you like music.
Yes, I do. I love to dance.
Really?
I dance. I love music a lot, and I love to dance. Actually, yes, dancing and music is my thing. Yes, I love music. Yes.
That's good.
While growing up, they used to call me Adokuso.
Hell! See problem. That is the daughter of a dancer.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I love to dance and I love music, yes. I told you the person actually knows me, yes.
All right, thank you so much. It's been wonderful having this beautiful chat with you. But before I leave, on the last note, what's your advice to women, out there, whatever they're facing, your parting words to them?
Well, women are one of God's precious creatures. So I think God did over time the day He decided to create women. And God loves His daughters very much. In the Bible actually, there are people, the Bible says when they cry out, it gets to God. And they are women. Whatever it is you're going through, this will come to pass. There is no problem that comes to stay. I tell them, as everybody's faces are different, each person is going through something. As long as there is life, there will be challenges. So everybody's going through something. So how you carry it is what's going to magnify your problem or diminish your problem.
Thank you. What else can I add? Nothing, definitely nothing. She's wrapped it all. But I remind you, on The Woman, it's always a cherry moment for all of us. To join us next time, I remain Elizabeth, I'm your host. Doctors or that are not married and they are doing these incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all we have to go back to
the writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
And I said, let's pick them up
let's take them back to Nigeria and let's teach them a different kind of job.